As the guest, you don't live there. You're not there, actually. You didn't go into the kitchen.
Make the bed.
Yeah, exactly. You
did go into
You didn't go into the kitchen. You didn't use the bathroom. You don't exist if you're a guest at someone's house.
It's what your uncle would have wanted. Phoebe.
And I'm Jacques.
And welcome to Do You Ever Feel Like?
Where we ask the questions everyone's thinking and no one's answering.
You've been booting around. Last week was the world's weirdest week for many reasons.
I think what happens with us too, because of our decisions, because of our decision to do this,
I just think I don't like a long weekend moment.
No,
I
you
don't like it.
No.
You're throwing off my routine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just take that week off.
Oh, yeah. Here we are. We had a holiday week. I went to New York. I saw John Proctor's The Villain, which was so good. It was great.
So much I want to see right now. It's actually pissing me off because you know what sucks in the summer is New York City.
Oh, horrible. Here's the thing about going to New York, though, on July 4th weekend is no one's fucking there.
No one was there.
Everyone
That's
leaves.
kind of a sleigh.
And they go to the beach or to their houses or whatever. And
to the Hamptons.
They go to the Hamptons. They summer.
To Montauk.
Yeah. And yeah, no, it was nice because it's not as congested, you know, whatever, all of the things. It doesn't feel as hot.
Could you actually walk
many people
through?
You could walk through a sidewalk and not like run into anyone.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
when
pleasant.
we walked through Broadway twice in December and I was scared for my life.
Times Square has become an interesting place in the sense of there's so much happening there. Like it's so layered. Like,
but let's actually talk about the Gilded Age because that's kind of why we're here today. We'll talk about the theme in a minute, but
we've donned the hats.
We've donned the hats. Oh, and listeners, if you don't listen to the Gilded Age, you don't need to. I don't know. What do I even want to say about this? It's just, I love a Julian show, but the writing's so good.
Yes, the writing is
But
great.
also, you know what? Okay, you know what's like an actual note I have on this season? I meant to look this up. Who's directing this season? Because the blocking and the cinematography, and by cinematography, I actually mean like camera crew movements. Like we've got some 11 out of 10 shots happening.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Like I don't just mean framing. I mean like camera action has been so good. That there is like that shot when, if you don't want to listen to spoilies, maybe skip ahead like 2-3 minutes. But also, I kind of feel like it's not a show that you could also really spoil at the same time.
No, because anything we say is quite layered. Like
it's it's kind of generic,
complex, story.
Yeah.
So like
this is what happens when you have a properly good ensemble cast.
Exactly.
But that shot when Gladys runs away and all the maids are sticking their heads out, so good.
So good. It's so good. I feel like that's what we're doing this season. We're really establishing like place. You know, and because that's what's happening in time, right? Like we're like, okay, we're a little bit farther in the journey of this place of New York City and what that actually means. And like how these houses all and families all live together in this place and like make it work. And I feel like that's even represented in some of the events that we've even had in the first couple of episodes. Like there hasn't been as much drama as about who's there or why. It's like everyone's invited to everything now. It's like feels like a kind of like we're trying to create unison season. You know?
Yeah. Okay. My first actual note that I have, let's just plow through these together. Okay. My first note is giving great wig. I don't know who this is for. I have a feeling probably actually Carrie Coon. But also Marian's she had like a cute little braid thing going on recently in the back of a hat that I really liked. So wigs this season,
great.
I'm happy for everyone. My next note is also, once again, don't know who I wrote this about. I wrote love a lesbian and a twink together. Classic.
Oh yeah.
I think that means Marianne and her beau.
Oh yes. Yeah.
She's gay.
Yeah.
IRL.
Yes.
Not in the show. So I love that.
Yeah. Speaking of Marianne, this whole thing This woman, she does not have a personality. Can someone give this woman a personality? Like,
Marianne?
yeah, no.
Well,
She's so...
I also think we're booting up the old acting machine on
I see.
on what's her name? What's her name?
Louisa? Louise?
But what's her last name? Oh, but she's Louisa Jacobson. What's her dad's last name?
Oh, I don't know.
It's not like Plummer. Whatever. This is Meryl Streep's daughter.
Yes.
I think we're really turn it on. Let's go.
Okay. So you feel the material's there because I don't feel it's there. You think it's her.
I think the material's there. I also think too, I don't even think she's that bad of an actress. I just think it's really hard when your fucking scene partner is Christine Baranski.
Yeah.
Baranski? Why can't none of us can get names today? By none of us, I mean me and you.
Any of the like really, the two people here with us. Well,
and the 17 people in our mind's eye. Yeah.
I'm like, who was telling the story earlier? Because it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I was possessed by another shock lane.
Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. No, there is such gravitas, like talent on this show, like such theater talent.
Theater. Well, and I just realized that Mr. Russell's the guy who plays his boss is Phoebe. He's like Mr. Broadway himself.
Yes.
He was the original Hades.
Yes.
In Hades Town.
He's amazing. I mean,
I love him.
Some downstairs people are theater people through and through.
Everyone's like a working actor on that show. So I do think, like, I'm sorry, Louisa, I think maybe that's a little bit what's going on.
I see.
Maybe ring your mom up. My next, it's so mean. It's so mean. My next note is glance culture. 11 out of 10. Let's bring that back. And on that note, Gladys, get it together, girl.
Gladys. Come on.
Very little sympathy.
I have very little sympathy for you. Get over yourself. That's how I feel about that.
And I also feel a little bit like we got one note.
Yeah, that's like all the young women.
Maybe this is, you know what, you could be right. This could be a material thing because I felt the same way about, oh my God, what's her name? The blonde in Downton Abbey.
The sister?
Edith. Edith was very, whoa, I'm like, girl.
Yeah. No.
I don't care. You're rich.
No.
Your life is fine. Actually, one of my favorite shots in Downton Abbey is when Edith gets jilted at the altar and she rips her veil off and we get that shot of the veil falling down the stairs. So dramatic.
Good. Yes. This season, I have a note on hats.
Oh, yeah. The hats. I mean, let's bring back hats. I think you and I say this a lot, actually. Let's bring back hats.
We should all be wearing hats more. Hats are such expressive accessories. We're doing so much storytelling with hats this season.
I love it.
A lot going on.
Oh, I have a note here. Carrie Coon for mayor of New York City. This, I think, yeah.
That's
all. That's it. Did I say glance culture already?
We need it. We need more of it. I think you just didn't.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Glance culture. Have I told you my idea of the glance bar?
You have.
It's a themed bar. You go in, glances only. I think I talked about it actually literally last time we were talking about Gilded Age on this podcast.
Yeah.
Glance culture and glance bars.
Yes.
I have no idea what this note means.
Okay.
It says, must be slayed to be married to a sexy snake. I don't know who I'm talking about here.
I think you're talking about Mr. and Mrs. Russell.
No. Maybe.
Snake?
No. Yes, I think I was probably talking about, because I thought sexy snake being a man, but I'm actually thinking of Bertha when she's sitting there with her hair and her nightgown. She just was looking slay. Good for her.
I loved it.
That's what I'd like to say.
I loved it.
Peggy flirting while looking half dead is bold. And it's a move I respect, actually. Yeah. Girl, you look so not good. You look so not good. And I was so scared that they're about to kill her.
Oh my gosh.
I was so scared that Julian was about to kill her. And I don't feel like we're out of the woods yet.
No, we're not out of the woods.
I don't think.
Especially when Audra came to the house, I was like,
I know.
oh my God.
I know. I wonder if there's going to be some sort of weaving moment between the families.
Yeah.
And then Peggy leaves us because I'm just not convinced. I don't know. But also, what's the actress's name? What's her name again? Who plays Peggy? Her and Louisa are always like clutching each other on the red carpet all the time. Well, people think that they're together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like in the show, which is kind of funny too.
Also that.
I think that's also like,
they were kind of giving Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande before their whole shenanigans, like the last couple of press cycles.
yeah. Danae Benton? Is that who plays
Danae,
her?
yes, Danae, yes. Yeah. Yeah, they're...
I love Danae's. Did you see the bang? Like, or no, I'm just talking about her hair.
No.
Like, she got this
I haven't seen-
great bob bang moment happening.
Whenever I see anyone in a period... it's like when I see anyone from like the downstairs in Downton Abbey in like another one of my British shows, I'm like, don't be looking cute.
No.
I need you in an apron stat.
No.
I also have another note here that says bring back stolen kisses. I think, when, oh my God, Marion and little boy from across the road. Yeah.
Little boy.
Little boy. Well, lesbian and a twink, iconic classic couple, classic pairing.
Yes, exactly.
Stolen kisses in a little vestibule, and then again in a little carriage. Stunning.
You want to talk about a shot? That was a good shot.
That was a really good shot.
Like when it wrapped around the
I
carriage.
meant to take a look at who directed that episode because it was so good.
Yeah, that blocking is best in a theater show. Like I can tell, like when you're watching something, you can
totally.
go, oh, all these people are like theater
Totally.
actors or like
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And I think also you probably have to have a director or someone in that
Who
seat
gets
who's
it.
like, yeah, exactly. Because that's what it feels like. It's like so dramatic. Once again, I don't know what this note means because I have a feeling autocorrect has sabotaged me here. Whatever is going on with the Roman and the guy across the street feels gay. And I don't think I mean Roman. I'm thinking I mean two downstairs. Oh, no, I mean the clock guy.
Oh, the clock guy and little boy.
The little, yeah, and little boy. That feels gay to me.
Men helping men.
Yeah.
Feels gay.
Is it the earnestness of little boy?
It's the earnestness of little boy. Yes.
It feels gay.
But because it's giving like gold digger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's giving, exactly. It's giving like, oh, I'm going to help you along in your, yeah.
Anyway.
Totally. That man also, clock boy and little boy together forever.
Yeah.
Clock boy, what is your accent? What's going on there?
I told you that Simon on more than one occasion has referred to him as a Cockney twink, and I'm like, that accent is not.
No.
I think he's actually doing an extremely good job of the original New York accent. That's just not what we hear it as today.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah. And sometimes even I'll find myself like listening to it.
You want some coffee?
I know. I'm like listening to it, even to like something like Agnes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Agnes, she's not quite speaking it with a British accent, but she's not speaking like how we would speak now, right? There's like this like English formality, right? The like we've said before, the Canadian way of speaking, right? That's kind of interesting that I'm like, because I feel like I have to like place it, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, those are my notes. Do you have anything you wanted to add?
I added in all my things as we went. That was it. That's all I had.
Oh, great. Beautiful. Okay, well, now that we've flown through Gilded Age recap, why don't we get to the actual question? This was inspired by how much we love Gilded Age. But I thought we'd talk about etiquette today.
Okay. Yes. I love this. This is a great segue.
Do you ever feel like class? And also, do you ever feel like no one has any class? Do you ever feel like everyone is classless?
Do you ever feel
Hello?
like no one knows how to exist in the world anymore?
What are you doing standing in the middle of the sidewalk?
This is what I'm saying. Coming off in New York, going to the frick, walking around. I'm like, no one knows how to behave in public anymore. No one knows
how to behave in public.
How to do anything.
And here's another thing I see a lot. People talking about like how to go to New York City, how to go to London, how to go to all like these big cities. It's always like the second tip after say hello is always like how to use the sidewalk. And I think, okay, I have a theory about planes and why people are so insane about on planes and like, you know, why airports are so stressful. It's because most people don't travel with the general public most of the time. Most people in North America get in their cars and drive to work every day. Yes. No one knows how to use public transportation. So when we're on the public bus, aka a fucking airplane, and people are taking their shoes off and acting insane, it's because they don't know how to be. And for some reason, they think that the big airplane bus is their car. And they get to act like they're in their personal little bubble. But they're not.
All the time. I mean,
all the time.
I went and saw a Broadway show. These people, this etiquette in the theater now, it's appalling.
It's this etiquette.
It's appalling.
Theater etiquette. What are you seeing?
I mean, well,
when we were at Old Mary, the phones.
There are so many phones. So many phones. Stop it. Stop it. Stop recording live performance like that. Like, are you crazy? What are you
know, at the very least, recording, I can maybe, it's insane, don't do it. But like, okay, I understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Texting when the tickets cost $300 is fucking cuckoo bananas behavior.
No. Wild.
What are you doing? I had to tell the woman next to me. And it also, here's the thing about me. You're getting spoken to.
Oh.
I will say something. And I don't mind.
No.
I'm constantly tapping phone away.
Put it away.
Insane.
People taking their shoes off in theaters. People taking their clothes off in theaters.
What?
Oh, yeah. What? People stripping down because it's too hot in the theater and we just don't have any clothes on. Wait, you didn't see this?
No.
This happened, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, something like that. And it was at, oh my gosh, the show you went to, it was at Hadestown, I think. People were like,
what?
Oh, the AC like halfway through was like not working. And so people were just like, oh, we're just going to like literally all just take our clothes off. Well, not all.
Okay, well, it's people. Hadestown. It's like, you know, immersive theater. What do you want people? Come on. Oh my God.
That was wild. Yeah, the texting, the talking, the like, I'm sorry, if you arrive to a show more than 15 minutes late, you shouldn't be allowed in. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. No.
You stand at the back until intermission.
Stand in the back intermission, or you get a different seat, even if you paid for orchestra. Yeah. I don't care.
15 minutes is a little insane. Yeah. A little insane. I mean, like, being late to other things is fine. And here's the other thing, too. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's like, these people are at their job. You
Exactly.
know? So, I don't know why you think that you, like, get to do certain things. It's so distracting. And, like, when you're on a stage, a phone flash or, like, and by a phone flash, I mean, like, the flash of your fucking phone screen. A sidebar. The worst... A product that has such terrible aura are Apple Watches.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Listener, I'm sorry if you're repping one right now, but typing on your wrist as you walk down the street is diabolical, and I don't want to look at it.
No. And you're going to like run into a lamppost.
Especially also like when I see people wearing like Apple Watches like at a nice event, I'm like, if you're going for a run, I get it. Or like, you know, maybe your date, sure. You know, my mom wears her Apple Watch like because she's, you know, got stuff going on. It's like a disability thing, right?
Yeah.
Take it off for the wedding photos.
Take it off for the nice event.
And don't show me your calories counted.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about this.
I can't be doing that.
It's like walking up to, this is like the comparison I make. It's like going into a store. It's like going into Home Depot. It's walking into somebody's job, walking up to them, asking them a question, and then pulling out your phone and starting to text, right? That's literally what you're doing. You're going into this thing and you're being like, I'm going to come into somebody's job. I'm going to want something from them. But the moment that they try to help me in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to take off my shirt and take my phone out.
Yeah. I also think too, yes. And I just think like, why do you think that your 2-second text message is more important than everybody else's enjoyment of this thing? It's so distracting.
Yeah.
Everyone can see it. Like, same thing. We were at the movie theaters recently. I couldn't believe the number of phones that were out. And I'm just like, this is embarrassing for you.
Streaming in your house is doing. Nobody.
Totally. And I think people are bored. They just literally can't help themselves. I don't think it's conscious. I saw a guy out for a run the other day. Stop. He was like out for a run. Stopped at the corner, pulled out his phone, and opened Instagram. I'm like, you can't wait at the corner for... How long is a light? It's got to be less than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, hello?
I know.
I think people are just so, like, their actual attentions are so fried.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, why go to a movie theater when I can see this in my... Like that whole thing. When you can see it in your living room, then you can pull out your phone wherever you want. So it's like your brain, when you go to a movie theater, is like, oh, I'm in my living room. Because you can basically watch anything now that you see. I mean, even theater is filmed now and put so you can stream it at home. So no one knows how to be with each other.
Yeah, things can be special.
Yes.
Okay, next on my list. This is just going to be us bitching, I think, a little bit. And maybe actually we should talk for a second. Maybe let's zoom up for a sec. I think etiquette to me is like, okay, yes, a lot of it's like it's a white supremacist, like, you know, etiquette as like, you know, like the British Emily Post of it all is definitely like a white supremacist, like construction. Right. And I also think, so like, yes, right. Like what we would maybe call rude, I think people will stick into is like a thing that people use against like brown people.
Right.
Or has been historically used against brown people. Just call them like, I don't know, whatever the horrible name of the week is.
Right.
Right. And also, to quote George Costanza, we live in a society. And I think that rules for gathering and guidelines are helpful, lovely, and allow us to all just be together. And if you don't want to leave your house, and if you want to be acting insane, may I suggest the great indoors?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Okay. So,
I mean, and all of these things can be definitely used to oppress people. We get and understand that. Yes. And also we have a responsibility to each other. And yeah, for sure. I have different rules for different people because of that. Right.
Also that, too, like, right? Like, yes, I think a lot of this is like, these are my rules for my like friends, you know, like I'm not going to go into, I don't know, like Astoria, Queens and like, I don't know, take up house there and like be annoyed that like people are listening to music loudly because guess what? I don't fucking belong there. You know what I mean?
Because like you doing that would be rude.
Because me complaining about
that place
exactly
is loud music. Like exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So with that being said, chew with your damn mouth closed.
Oh. That's another thing with the theater.
I remember being a child and sitting across from my friend at like the age of maybe 5 and looking at them chewing with their mouth open and thinking, your mother didn't raise you right. Your mother didn't raise you right, and she did a bad job.
Yeah. Just thinking of little Phoebe.
I pulled up a couple of different etiquette lists, but I've landed on this Substack piece from Hannah Park, so I'll link it in our show notes that I thought we'd roll through today. Always pour someone else's water or wine before your own. This is not necessarily like an etiquette thing to me, but it wouldn't occur to me to pour, or at the very least, like I would never pour myself like a glass of water at the table and not refill anyone else's cup. That's just insane.
Yeah. That's just like taking care of the people around you. That's, yeah.
Okay. This is a funny one, and I'm wondering if you'll agree with this, with this list. Because, and this is also, I thought we'd just like go through and talk about some etiquette rules that like maybe we agree or disagree about.
Okay.
If you know the name of a bird or a plant while walking outside with friends, share it with the group.
No.
Isn't that crazy?
No, don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
was like,
Maybe invite
maybe
people
not
to that
everyone
information,
fucking
but
cares.
nobody cares.
Yeah.
Maybe
No.
say, does
I
anyone
mean,
want to know?
I'm constantly texting my friend Sierra to ask her dad bird IDs.
Right.
And like, I keep being told all the time, oh, you can download this app. You can do this. No.
No.
I don't want to. I don't want that. I want to take a photo of this bird, text my friend Sierra, and get a report from
Yes.
her father, who is the world's sweetest man.
Where do you think that comes from? That idea of like sharing a plant or
Isn't that
like
weird?
what are we like share what you know? Like
I don't
it's
know.
good conversation. That's interesting.
I don't know. If I was walking in a group and somebody was like, burdock, daffodil, like listing shit like American finch, like I'd be like, girl, be quiet. What is your problem?
Can we enjoy the
Yeah.
birds and nature in silence?
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Weird. Huh.
Okay. When someone tells a story, ask follow-up questions before telling your own.
Okay. This is going to open a whole thing.
Okay. I have two thoughts about this. My first thought is, yeah, sure. And then my other thought is like, that's kind of how people relate to each other.
Yeah, so this is a thing, right? For like,
Yeah.
in like neurodivergence and like not like neurotypical, right? Like this is a thing. If you're neurotypical, you tend to get insulted about someone saying something to you that is similar, like somebody sharing a story about their life that relates to what you just said,
Yeah.
because you tend to feel like they don't care, right? About
Yeah.
what you just said, right? Like,
Yeah.
like not reinforcing what
Yeah.
was just told to you, right?
Yeah.
I think that I don't know, I think it has to do with like people having enough self-esteem.
Yeah, I think like a lot of the time, yeah, exactly, where it's like you feel like somebody doesn't care about you or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't think I put a lot of like stock in I think something I'm really good at, and I don't know, this was definitely like, I wasn't always good at this. I'm really good at not taking things personally.
Exactly.
I think, and being all stressy about it all the time about like what's somebody going to say back to me, or like what their response is really important or it matters or something like that is so weird to me.
Same. I think I am operating under the impression that if you ask me a question and or reply with a story from your own life, that you are trying to relate to me. Like,
Yeah.
no, rule is that like the rule of communication is that we're trying to relate to each other. So whether or not you respond with a question or a story about your life, I don't really care. I'm assuming
No.
you're trying to relate to me, and I'm giving
Yeah.
you that because
what I
otherwise, what
mean.
are we doing?
Yeah.
Like so when somebody does reply with a story, I'm like, oh, okay, I take that, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
how does that relate to what I just said? Like,
Yeah.
that's being a good conversationalist, and like
Yeah.
having enough self-esteem that like you believe the person is there wanting to actually talk to you, right?
Yeah,
like,
and I also think too, like sometimes people just don't know how to. Like I was having a conversation
Yes.
the other day with a friend, and I was talking about some stuff that's going on in my life right now, and that's like pretty heavy and whatever. And we were having this conversation, and like they have no touch point for this stuff, and so their response was like, "Oh, this happened to like a friend of mine," and like that's like kind of the best way that people can. Like people are trying to relate with you in those moments too. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I also don't need to be interviewed.
yeah,
Friend.
yeah, or like
My friends are Katie Couric. Like they don't need to be like
investigation.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think it depends on who you're talking to, blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff, like what we were saying, neurodivergence, et cetera, et cetera. But I think
Also, maybe you just told a fucking boring story, and I want to move past. Maybe you're a bad storyteller.
but all of that comes down to like, I think it all has to come down to like confidence and self-esteem and like your attachment to that person and what your relationship is.
Yeah.
If you're meeting someone this is an etiquette list. It's probably like someone you don't know very well, right? It's like a stranger.
Yeah.
Maybe ask a follow-up question, but like personal relationships, I think all that is weird. Why are we negotiating that? That's strange.
Yeah. I also think it's like this is just a like personal belief of mine, but like it's your responsibility as a person to communicate like what you want other people to
Yes.
know about you, or relevant information. Like, you can't be irritated at somebody if they don't know, right? Like, I could be talking about something to a friend that's like really serious, important, but if I haven't like communicated that like level of like importance or like severity or whatever to the person, then I can't be annoyed about that.
Nope. And most of the time that has to do with you knowing how you feel about it before you even share it.
Yes, exactly.
And being able to say, I feel this way about this thing.
Yeah.
Which, you know, again,
and I'm definitely somebody that like, I've noticed this about myself as I've gotten older. Like, it takes me just a long time to like process things, like just an event. Like, sometimes weeks later I'll realize, oh, I actually really didn't like that, or like, oh, here's how I feel about that. But then also I go like, is it important to me to like tell that other person, or do you know what I mean? Like,
can that be something?
All the time the answer is no.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah, we can address that if it comes up again in some other way.
Yeah,
and notice it, but it doesn't have to be. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Right.
The next one is offer to help old people walk up the stairs or across the street. Yeah. Also, doors, just in general. Hold the door open for someone.
Be helpful to the people that are around you.
Yeah.
Like, hello. Like, especially
helpful.
If you're able-bodied, especially if you're younger, especially like all of these things. Like, what are we doing?
Oh my God, yeah.
Like,
oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
And sidebar, if you own a snowblower and you're not snowblowing the entire street when there's olds booting around, you're the devil.
Yeah.
I just feel this way about like old people in general. I like say hello to them, and like if I'm like in line or something, I'll try to strike up a conversation. Partially that is because I'm trying to collect. This is all very selfish, actually, is I kind of move in the world where I'm trying to collect good karma. Or same thing. Okay. Like mothers, when I see a mom out in the world, I'm always offering. I'm trying to collect good karma for when I am in other places in the world. So like when I'm an old person, like old people are very lonely. Statistically in their world and their lives. So I'm like going to strike up a conversation. I also felt like I knew my grandfather. He used to go for a walk every single day to buy the newspaper and then go to Tim Hortons, and then he would read his newspaper in the Tim Hortons, and he had like this whole little world, all these little friendships. And so I'm trying to keep good karmic balance for this like coffee newspaper. Like, I'm very grateful to his friends at the Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm trying to keep up the same thing.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I think people who are polite really, I mean, I have like, you know, whatever gripe with the word polite, but like people who care about the world, who have etiquette, whatever we're saying, right? Like ultimately understand, I think that like we are cogs, like we're objectively like cogs in a thing, right? Like that we're like, like the ego has to be removed quite a bit to be able to be like, oh, you know, however I react to the situation or the energy that I'm giving or whatever is part of this like bigger system of people walking around in the world. Yeah. You know, I think people who are really polite tend to not take things as seriously, tend to consider like their place in the world more. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And the same thing, that's what I mean. Like I when I see moms or, you know, parents with babies, but like people with babies, I have a thought. The reporting from Parenthood has been, it's an extremely lonely, no one gets it. This is what people are saying on the front lines.
Okay.
However, I was at a location the other day, and like acquaintance walked in, and she had her little baby, or the baby woke up, and she was like, "Fuck, I really want to go to the bathroom, but I'm gonna have to go and like get him back to sleep now." And I went, "I'll take him. Like, go pee, girl." Yeah. And I thought it was so interesting that she was like, "Are you sure?" Like, so shocked. And I was standing in this group of women. Everyone also, by the way, everyone else has children. I don't.
Oh, because that's always how it is.
And I was like, why did I had to like, she was like, "Oh, I'm so grateful. Are you sure? Are you sure?" Yeah. And I was like, "Of course, go pee." Like, also go pee and then like stay in the bathroom for half an hour. Like,
literally leave. Yeah.
I'll take your child.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." And I just thought, like, why aren't we offering help? If it's so lonely out there, why aren't we offering each other help? And two, if it's so lonely out there, why aren't you asking for help?
Yes.
I was kind of perplexed by this moment.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And so if I have children, I'm trying to collect good mom karma for someone to hold my fucking baby.
Airports with parents and moms, and no one is helping these. I'm like,
I know.
What are we doing?
I know.
Like, it's really sad. We need to be helping the moms.
We need to be helping parents. Parents. Okay. Leave tips for people at hotels.
Okay.
So
There's so many of these.
You know how we know on this podcast, I love to tip. I think I tip too much. I'm too generous with my tipping.
Again, I'm JW's daughter.
Yeah. I'm out here.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I feel like the hotel tipping thing is that feels a little old school to me.
I need more information.
I need more information. It depends on where I am. Also, I don't like room service.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't like, whatever that is. Like, I don't like a bed,
like a turn down service.
Fuck off while I'm here.
Okay.
I don't need that.
Oh, yeah.
But bring me. However, I do get to a hotel and I say, bring me a kettle, bring me an ironing board. I want 6 more towels, 2 extra pillows. Like, bring me a bunch of stuff,
and then leave me alone.
Leave me be.
Yeah.
So, but and also, I think part of it is I don't carry cash with me anymore.
Oh yeah,
as much as I definitely used to. So I think, do I need to get on that? I don't know.
Do we mean like stay and then leave it in the room or leave it at the desk or something? Or do we mean tip throughout?
I don't know. I mean, like, are you tipping the front desk person? Are you tipping, like, I don't know.
I think it literally depends on the business model of the place that I'm staying.
I also think that too, right? Because another thought of mine is like, I think it's weird to be tipping salaried people.
Exactly.
Right? And so like, it depends on who's at the front. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Business model, etc. So whatever. I will also say this list feels very American to me as well. Because like tipping is so not a thing.
No.
Most other places in the world.
Because people get paid.
This one's really funny. Have your things charged before you go to public spaces. Could never be me.
Rude.
Like, asking to borrow a charger is rude as crazy. My phone is at 15% at any given moment. Let's actually check in right now. Yep.
95.
We're at 19% right now.
95%.
My phone is never charged.
Yeah, and also we have so many things now. There's so much technology.
There's nothing of mine's ever charged.
Interesting. I don't know if I agree with that.
No, that's so weird to me. It's like,
again, this feels like one of those rules of like, oh, so we don't have to talk to each other or communicate with each other or like put each other out or something, right? Like I think etiquette also comes down to like, what were you taught? Were you taught to like anticipate the needs of other people and never be a problem and never need or want anything and never like, were you taught to not be a nuisance to the world, to society?
Yeah.
Or were you taught that everybody takes care of each other?
Yes.
Like how, like,
one of, and like, okay, we're gonna get to some hosting stuff in a second, but like one of my greatest joys in life is like being generous with my friends and like, so here, I would love to take care of you. I'm an eldest daughter. That's what I was put on this earth. I'd love to charge your phone.
Yeah.
Do you want to come charge everything? You want to charge your car?
Yeah.
Like,
do you want to take my entire electric bill?
Take it. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to move in? It's fine.
This is what I mean about tipping is I'm like, I will give people my money. And then I'm like,
if somebody asked me for $50, I would be sure. But I feel, I know. They're like, can I come home in your suitcase? I'd be like, oh my God, please.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Don't show up to a house party or dinner party empty-handed.
Okay. In the year of 2025,
I super agree with this.
I think we need to be doing 2 things. One, fucking ask if you can bring anything that's going to be helpful to the situation. That's the first thing. You need to ask. Don't be showing up to my house with like...
And actually, okay, can I say this? Here's how you ask this question. What can I bring?
Thank you.
Do not ask me like an open-ended. I think asking people, and just as a sidebar, another question I hate. We got a lot of sidebars today. Let me know if I can do anything to help. Take that question and fuck off.
Oh, that's not a question. Yeah.
That's not helpful.
No, that's not helpful. What can I bring is
What can I bring?
fabulous. Then when I tell you exactly what it is
Yeah.
that I would like you to bring,
Yeah.
down to
This recipe.
the brand.
Pick. Yeah, I was gonna say pick up cupcakes from this bakery.
Yeah, exactly. Of this taste and variety.
Yeah.
Fucking listen.
Oh my God. Nothing actually bothers me. This is okay. And here's where I might sound like an asshole and I'm fine about it, you know? Because I already established that you can move in with me, listener. If you want to move in, you can. But also, if I'm saying I'm having this kind of themed party and you show up with something, with a food item that is not of this theme,
Get out.
we're going to break up. We're going to break up. And when you bring something, don't ask me for a dish to put it in.
Oh no.
Don't ask me for a bowl. You bring it ready. You bring it prepared. And I also think if you're feeling really like extra cute and nice, bring a bowl for the house.
Oh, something
Like,
you
it's
wouldn't
like a
mind
nice-
parting with.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't ask me for that thing back because it's not, I'm sorry.
These
it's
are the
not
rules.
coming out alive.
No.
And it has nothing to do with me even wanting another bowl. It has to do,
Please.
I can't keep track of your bowl.
There's too much stuff going on.
If you want that bowl back, you're gonna have to come over. And I also think too, like, you don't need to spend a lot of money to do this. And by a lot of money, I mean nothing. Pick out some flowers from outside.
If you
could grab the roses out the front of my house and bring them in. Don't arrive empty-handed.
Or, I don't know, you guys, you're having friends over and it's a game night. Bring a game.
Bring a game.
Bring something
Yeah.
to contribute. Oh, whatever it is, right? It doesn't have to be food. Doesn't have to be flowers. Doesn't have to be a gift. Doesn't have to even be a host. It doesn't even need to be wrapped. But bring it with the intention of the gathering and don't make the host do more work because you've brought something.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't ask me for a plate. I keep a bunch of my favorite incense around. That's my
Yes.
I need a little present
Yeah.
thing.
Of course.
Shout out Incense Republic. That gal is, I think you've probably gotten some Incense Republic
From you.
from me before.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love her stuff.
Bring a book.
Yeah, I think bring a book.
Bring something.
I think like people talk about like how kind of like being a hostess is a lost art. I think being a guest has become a little bit of a lost art.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about
Be a good
bridesmaids,
guest.
wedding guest behavior. You guys, come on. Come on. I always think about this with guests too when you're hosting someone in your home and they're staying over. There's just certain things that you need to do. A as the host, B as the guest.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As the guest,
You kind of want to disappear a little bit.
As the guest, you don't live there. You're not there, actually. As the guest,
Yes.
you're not in someone else's home. You don't
Yeah.
exist. Your stuff doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You didn't go into the
Make
kitchen.
the bed.
Yeah, exactly. You
did go into
you didn't go into the kitchen. You didn't use the bathroom. You don't exist if you're a guest at someone's house.
Should be like a mouse. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's nice. Like, you know, I don't know.
If you use anything ever, you put it back, you clean it, blah, 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 all these things.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. We sound crazy anyway.
And if you host someone, the opposite of that.
Oh, it's a huge deal. I mean, you see what I do when you visit. I go,
That's because
crazy.
That's because you were
'Cause I
raised
have
by,
clothes.
you were
Yeah.
raised by Judy. And you know, were raised to eat with your mouth closed, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I think a lot of these things have nothing to do. I think this is also something that just kind of bothers me is like people think that like certain things are for certain people of like a certain economic bracket. And I just think like being a fucking nice person should not be tied to wealth. And quite frankly, the like rudest dicks I've ever met are people with far too much money on their hands because they don't know how to be people.
no. Yeah, exactly. I mean, whether or not you know what fork to use has nothing to do with like being a nice house guest. Like those are different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what fork to use.
Yeah.
But when I am staying somewhere, clean up, tidy up around yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, okay, when you're out, get a round of drinks, not just for yourself.
I love I do like the pay it forward. I do like.
Oh yeah. When I always get, I always pick up, but this is just, I like being generous is like a really important value of mine. Like when we go out for dinner, like usually I'll get like the appetizers or something like that. Like that's just, or like if I am feeling flush, I'll be like, okay, I can get it this week, guys, you know?
This Venmo culture nonsense, we gotta stop. We got to stop.
That is so, like, I feel so, I don't know if it's just I have good friends.
Everyone's just secretly scared of you and doesn't want to ask you.
Maybe that's part of it. Yeah, and you know what? Hey, life's great. But like, when I'm out with my friends, like I see this being reported back to me from the internet. Like actually, no, that's not true. I think I've told you about this one time I was out with a friend and he had left his wallet at his house. Have I told you this story before? We were at my house. This is when I used to go to the club. So we were at my house. My house was like blocks away from the club that we were going to. Okay. And he had left his wallet at home. And so we were leaving and we're like, okay, we'll take an Uber. We're going to walk. And now we're going to take an Uber and we're going to go to his house, get his wallet, and then take an Uber to the club all of a sudden. Okay. And then he sent us like, Uber requests to help pay for the Uber. No. And I was like, no, this is a you mistake, man. You left your wallet at home.
You left your wallet at home.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. I'm not paying. And we're all like everybody in the car was like, no.
That's
no. Yeah. Well, I'll buy you a round of drinks. I'm not paying the Uber. It's just ridiculous.
When people are being like really itemizey about money, like after the end of a gathering, a group thing, I'm like, what are we 7?
Yeah, it's just gross feeling
10.
And I just I really believe this is just a money belief of mine, but when you're generous with it, it'll come back to you. Like I don't like this dragons hoard style of financial planning. Exactly. I really believe money flows through me. I'm going to spend it and listener, you can become a green room girly and I'll get that $5 back, right?
If you have, and that's the thing again, when we're talking about communication and needs, right? It's and if you have a budget need, if you have something that needs to happen, if you don't want to split the bill, if you're getting a garden salad while everyone orders a steak, fucking say that. Talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah,
and then the
set up the boundary before the check comes.
I'll get whatever. Order whatever you like. It's so weird. Yes. It's so weird. Mm-hmm. Okay. This one is crazy. No filming during a workout class. I've been a Pilates teacher for 8 years. The last year has been insane with I've all the studios I've worked at, they've never had a no phones policy. It's always been a one-off or whatever. And every studio I work at now, it's this big conversation about being what do we do about these phones?
Wow.
It's insane.
Wow.
I also just feel that way about if you want a photo of you doing something, ask the instructor. Usually 90% of the time they'll be 99% of the time they'll be so happy. Yeah. To take a photo of you doing something. But I also just think this constant filming of other people don't want to be other people's privacy is weird.
That's weird. I agree. Strange.
It's so strange.
Especially if it's not directly you. If you're not what are we doing panning rooms when there's a bunch of people in it and not talking to anyone about that? That's weird.
I've been watching a lot of travel, Scottish, recommendations and stuff like that. And panning a restaurant with people eating. I just think I don't know, what if you're on the run from somebody and you don't want them to know that where you live and all of a sudden they find you in a, Edinburgh cafe on this YouTube channel. That's scary.
The internet is not a place that we just mess around with, guys.
No. Okay. Take both AirPods out when you're having a conversation with someone.
Take your headphones out.
I'm shocked at how often I see a single AirPod in somebody's ear, in customer service. We were at an antique fair and there was a little food stand and there was like maybe 5 staff, like 5 people working at this thing, and all of the kids had a single AirPod in at work.
Kids.
And I was like,
The Gen.
that's
One time I realized when I was getting a massage that my masseuse had her AirPods in and was listening to something. And
stop.
yeah. And I was like, I didn't make it a thing because I think she was struggling.
Sure. And hey, if you said to me, I'm struggling, I'll be listening to, like,
Right.
make it a moment.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, I didn't say anything because I was like, I think this person's having a moment. But
insane.
It was weird because, you know, it was like there was sound. I didn't know where it was coming from.
I was going to say, like, that's so weird.
Yeah, this leads to like the not having headphones period thing in public places. I'm sorry. If you're on a plane, if you're on a bus, if you're on, put headphones on. The fact no one wants to hear what you're listening to.
No.
What are you doing?
And that is something I'm so cool with shutting down. I've done it on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
We were on a flight and we were boarding, and there was this man scrolling TikTok or something like that. He was scrolling TikTok out loud, no headphones on, and the stewardess came over and she crossed her arms in a big X and went, "No." And I was like,
you didn't tell me this.
"Oh my God."
So funny.
And I was like, "That's my gal. That's my fucking gal."
Oh, yeah.
And I always fly in the bulkhead row. I'll pay that extra $20 for
whatever,
an infinite extra amount of leg room. Highly recommend. I'm a long towel gal. So she was sitting in front of us during takeoff, and I was like, and we were just complaining about the general public together. Yeah, loved it.
That's funny.
I loved it. I loved her wherever. I think her name was Cynthia. Shout out Cynthia. Anyway, understand the purpose of a group chat. Not for logistics, not for disagreements. Those should happen one-on-one. Now, I'd like to say I am guilty
Of starting shit in the group chat. Okay.
And basically every group chat I've ever been a part of, will ever be a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, a question though for the group is, to me, a group chat is for logistics.
Yeah.
What else is a group chat for?
Well, I think you and I are particularly
phone phobic.
yes. Yeah, I think no group chat, period, point blank, is how I feel.
Yes.
I think why are we
Here's
doing
what happens
that?
in a group chat.
Yeah.
Bad things.
And I think I'll duck in and out. I participate because it's a form of communication that we have. I do participate, but I generally hate them, don't like them.
Yeah.
Think they're weird.
Yeah, I know. I agree. My group chat with my 2 best friends, we basically just sends like a nice, like, our conversation is either like logistics. I would say that's 99% of it, or just like a nice photo of like whatever one of us is doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like
family group chats.
Family group chats are demonic. I would like to be removed from all of them. And I've started just not responding to them because, hey, guess what? I'm the problem in all of them. So I'm going to just remove myself.
I love that.
Yeah. I got in trouble in a recent family group chat for calling it the inner circle. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. You haven't watched any Drunk Carmichael yet, I don't think. But his most recent one, he talks about how every mother goes crazy and every father goes silent. And he says, every mother is crazy. Every single one. Your mother's crazy.
Yeah.
And his joke is like, your mother is crazy. You have a family group chat. That's why you have a family group chat, because your mother's crazy.
Yeah.
These two things are inextricably linked.
Yeah, the Venn diagram is a circle.
Yes, exactly. And I'm like, oh, interesting. Yeah.
I simply can't be participating in my family. I also have too many siblings. You and I have too many siblings.
Oh, no.
And also, I don't want to. It's not my fault that you people are divorced. Deal with yourselves.
I know, especially if you're a divorced child. There's like so many group chats.
There's too many group chats.
And then if you have your
There's
parents have
sidebars.
other partner, like,
I know.
what are we doing?
I've got like a sister group chat. I have a siblings group chat. I can't
Then
be.
what if you drop the wrong thing in one? I've done that. That's embarrassing.
It's one of my greatest fears in life.
you know?
It's simply one of my greatest fears in life.
Yeah, exactly.
So, always help someone if they're cleaning. I highly disagree with this. Go away. Don't help. Like if someone starts cleaning, you're a guest in a home and they start cleaning, guess what? You have to start cleaning too. No, because you're going to clean it bad.
I was going to say, me and cleaning for me is a spiritual experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get
like if
away
I'm
from
tidying, and I do feel a bit bad because a lot of the time, like if I'm having like a dinner party or something like that and I start tidying, it's not because I'm trying to kick you out. It's because there's too much fucking faff on the table. I got a small little apartment, you know,
I'm
like
trying to kick you out. That's the signal.
Well, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what I've started doing? I go to bed.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Bye.
Bye.
Also, I'll tell you to leave.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%. Yeah. I don't think it's the other person's responsibility to start helping you. No.
I don't think
I
so
don't
either.
Think so. I think that's weird. I don't understand that. I think that's a little sexist, honestly.
I think so too. And I really do just think
like misogyny. Actually.
I do really think that you're going to clean bad. So I just don't want you to.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
Like whenever a friend lovingly stacks the dishwasher, and also I'm the idiot dishwasher stacker in my house. I'll stack a dishwasher. I know it's getting restacked later.
Yeah.
If a friend restacks a dishwasher or stacks a dishwasher, it's getting restacked at least twice. You know, so it's just
don't make my
you
life
don't.
harder.
No. But that being said, if you want your bowl back, you're gonna have to clean it yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Because I think just forget about that bowl. Okay, my last one is, if you're gonna start talking politics, be okay with people disagreeing with you, but can we also go back to not talking about politics, religion, and money? What else is there left to talk about?
No, I disagree.
I highly disagree. This is so funny. My friends talk about money so much. I am part of friends in this scenario. It is so crass with a capital C. It needs to stop. I feel like we should be talking about money 1,000 times more.
Me too. What is it like? What is this, Charlotte York? Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I don't, no.
I know.
The world is fucking horrible. Like,
It's horrible.
Like, we're not actually being conscious of the people we care about.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking about all these things right now. No, I disagree.
Yeah, I highly disagree.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was it for all of our... I think we're actually less crazy Gilded Age cuckoolini bananas than I think.
We're definitely Ada's and not Agnes.
I just think that, like, acting nice shouldn't... You know what I think? I think acting nice shouldn't be linked to class, and I think it's unfortunate that we've done that in some weird way.
Yeah. 1,000%. If you want the world that you want, like if you want a quiet world, if you want a world where you care about people, if you want this type of world, I think a lot of that isn't also too, it's not like shaming people into it. It's like inviting them.
Yeah.
Like, for example, somebody doesn't have headphones on the airplane. You want them to have headphones, hand them an extra set of headphones, right? Like, don't be an asshole about these things. And like, that's how we don't make it about class, right? Like, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do. Yeah, I think that a lot too. I think people are so people are just so on edge. Like everyone's mad at the wrong person right now. So I find a lot of the time people are. I also just like to approach people, and this is another just philosophy. I like to approach people with a solution, not a problem.
Yes.
You know, and so I've seen. I think that's why we're getting like these public outbursts is because people are just so taxed. In general,
society. Yes. Manners.
Good business.
Care about the world is how we're ending this. Care about the world. Care about people. And
good point.
Know what you need. Know what you need.
Know what you need.
And tell people. Yep.
And communicate it.
Yes.
And oh, you know what? I'd like to actually add like an etiquette thing. If you don't say no, this weird little, I don't like this thing. I think women are amazing at it.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently it's nice to say anything but the word no, and I fucking hate it. It makes me feel crazy, and I double dog dare you to just say no for the love of God.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.